My name is Charlie Dresser. I run a music studio in downtown Naperville called Sound Summit. It originated from me being a drummer and a professional musician since I was about 18. And I got to a point where I had a child and my life found myself where I didn't want to be traveling as much and performing out as much. So me, along with a couple other friends who are also very active and notable musicians, got together and got a place, and we help people make music in many different ways.
So what year did Sound Summit officially open?
Sound Summit opened in 2016, September 2016, officially in this location. The biggest growth since opening musically has been, it's been gradual, which is kind of what it should be for something like this. Talent started to brew and it got better here, and then it caught the attention of other budding talent that, you know, came aboard. So that's been happening, and that's been a really great organic, gradual, long view growth with the quality of the music that's going on. And from a business standpoint, I think there's no real blueprint for a place like this. It's a recording studio, it's a rehearsal facility, it's a songwriting production house, and now it has a venue downstairs. So there's no real blueprints, and so it took, you know, some time to really figure out what it is that we were in a specific sense that we could communicate in a, you know, a paragraph or less, and also what we were supposed to be, given what the local music scene was asking for. So that's been the biggest growth for sure, is saying this is definitely what we are, this is what we do, and it's really easy to tell what it is. So the 105 is a venue below the studio that opened in last April, so almost a year ago. And basically, yes, it is owned and controlled by Sound Summit. But when the space below the studio became available, something that we always wanted to do and maybe make a performance space, but really just didn't have the wherewithal to have it start doing anything significant. So an old buddy who is a local Naperville musician had been doing sort of a DIY venue out of his basement. So we recruited him and said, hey, you want to do your shows out of this new place that we're going to do? And that's basically been the partnership. Is, you know, a good 80–85% of the shows are put on by the Waiting Room and Elliot, and then you know, the others are Sound Summit events and everything, and it's a great relationship. So it's very cohesive, and there's 105 bands hanging out upstairs at Sound Summit all the time. Differentiating between my career when I was really trying to, you know, be a high-level drummer out touring and everything, and the stuff that I do now, it's equally fulfilling, and it kind of spans across the gamut of quality, you know, and it's fulfilling to, you know, work with people that haven't done this all that much, and we really reach some magical moments. And it's also remarkable to see the kind of talent that is, you know, at the caliber that I've seen, you know, throughout my career and everything. They just are, you know, nobody knows it. I would give advice to up-and-comers like, you know, one thing that I see with a lot of people is an up-and-coming musician might not be fully aware of the path that they're headed on or the choices that they're making. So, and a specific way that plays out is what you choose your income to be. So I just think that it's nice if, you know, it's art. So I like to tell musicians, like, you don't have to play professionally to get to where you're going as a musician, and ultimately as a professional musician. I have friends that sometimes I envy because they do have just a whatever 9-to-5, you know, some mundane delivery whatever job, but then after that they rehearse, they practice, and it's sacred to them. Goals for the next 5 years would include just more of this, I think. More of the sort of product mix, or whatever you want to call it, that we've reached over the past year. Lots of recording of different types, solo artists, bands, different styles, lots of bands rehearsing, you know, and meeting each other and everything. And the venue downstairs is remarkable. So I'd say in 5 years, yeah, I'd love to see just all of these same things happening at a higher rate and a higher quality level all the time. I don't really care much about the big name thing or whatever, you know. If the music's good and the people are good, then it's awesome.